Hello, everybody. It's Charles Kemp, and this is not Jerome Chestnut. Normally, in my videos, you see Jerome Chestnut sitting beside me, but this is clearly not Jerome Chestnut because clearly it's not a man. Clearly, it's not. Uh, as you know, I told you they shut off my radio show in March because they're reformatting the station. So what we're doing now is bringing in business people and people that are pastors in the church and new arrivals to town and people who make contributions to Fairmont and put them on our Facebook and our YouTube videos, and we're going to do some TikTok type things too in a shortened version, thanks to wonderful Christy Andrews, our social promoter. But today I have with me, and I say this in all sincerity, one of the most aggressive and dynamic and hard-working individuals, business people in our town. I had Matt Moore on recently, along with his alter ego, Mr. Brown, and I'm sure that you probably realize he's a aggressive, very dynamic guy. But Angie Lovin, who's sitting here beside me, has been a businesswoman here for years. She's now opened a second business in the middle of town, which she's going to tell you about. And there are lots of things that she's responsible for, including, I'm sure you've been to at some point, maybe you had a child involved, the Farmers Festival pageant, scholarship pageant. She's been in charge of that for a number of years. She's also done lots of work with the Farmers Festival parade and emceeing and things like that. So this is not just somebody I pulled in off the street to fill in 15 minutes. This is a person who's a dynamic contributor to our town. Angie, I want to thank you for being my guest today, and I know that you're anxious to get back down to your beauty parlor and your Fit for You. So why don't you come in here and by the way, let me say this. The first thing I did when I was sworn into office as mayor the second time around in November of 2021, I appointed Angie as downtown business recruiter, and she's done a magnificent job. We just can't retain people. We get them here, and for some reason they decide, no, I don't want to be here, or the rent's too high, or whatever. But she's done a great job recruiting businesses and trying to keep the pot stirred up. Angie, tell us a little bit about what you do and how you've done things in Fairmont with your businesses and some of the stuff that you're trying to do to improve town.
Well, as I'm going to say, I am the fourth longest business in the town of Fairmont. We have Odell Charlie's, which is the attorney, First Bank, and Angie's Touch of Class. So we are the fourth longest now surviving business in the town of Fairmont. And then we opened up the Fit for You. It's an exercise gym. We open from Monday and Friday from 9 to 7, and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 to 8, just trying to give it. Lumberton is busy, so our people don't have time to drive to Lumberton all the time and get in and out of the busy traffic. So trying to open up, trying to give them back to the community, something else for somebody to do. We need flow, people flow, as I say. We have several businesses that are here in town. Zabion's, our streets are really full when he's there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. Waiting on the capital of Fairmont to open up. So I hope that'll be another eating establishment. The picnic is supposed to start back up. Waiting on that. So at one time, we were really, really, really busy. We've got the Alpha Elite. Her business is with the little people, so we do have something for our little people to do, exercising, gymnastics, cheer, all that in the afternoons. So we're just trying to keep a flow, feeders to other businesses as they come in and go as much as we can.
Well, if you're watching this and you're from around Fairmont, if you're in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and you happen to be on YouTube and watch this, you're not going to understand or care about it anyway. But if you're from the Fairmont area and you're watching this, we never had to worry about businesses back in the tobacco days. Every building downtown was full. Every building was vibrant and working. And of course, and I'm not saying, oh, woe is us, because you pick up and you move on, but we lost everything in this community in tobacco and textiles, and we've had to struggle to build it back, right?
Yeah, whenever our plants and stuff shut down, you have people who got out of school at 18, and the first place they went to was our textiles. And I mean, and so, we had the businesses there. When you shut them down, these people, they're like 50s. So they had no cars, because around here you could walk to work. Everybody actually came to Fairmont to work. I mean, we had like, 4 plants?
Right.
So everybody drove here from out of town, here in the edge of Wilmington off of 95 to work. And when you shut that down, I mean, people couldn't drive. They didn't have cars.
Yeah.
So, and then businesses went, I mean, it was like one right after another. We just had our Webster's to close, but we've had another pharmacy to open up, which is the Fairmont Drug. They've opened up. This Southeastern built their new center, and we have a drugstore inside of it. But we just had Webster's to close after many years, and not because of not having the people there. It's because daytime, this now insurance, they've cut back on what they pay, and so it's not affordable. They don't do the, what is it? You could get the discounts on your medicine. They don't have those programs because they're a chain on, not a chain on, but it's
Well, one of the things
sit
that's
back.
going to be really powerful is, and I want to have her in here when we actually have the grand opening and she's opening all that. But Shirley Smith is opening up a restaurant in downtown Fairmont where the old library used to be. Used to be Southern National Bank. Before that, it was a garage, and then our library, and then we moved across the street, and that building sat there, and she's purchased it and done a lot of work.
Yeah, she's done a really good job.
She's remarkable what she's doing there. I haven't been inside the building, and no one else has either that's a non-connected person to her, but she's going to have a really good restaurant, I believe, and that's going to create a lot of flow in downtown.
Yeah, we've got people asking now, when actually they thought it was open, had someone to come out of the shop and said, I thought there's a new restaurant that opened in town. I was like, no, not yet. So, I mean, and I think the menu's great. I mean, it's a variety, of it. I just hope we get more people from outside of Fairmont to come in and support her business and Zabrion's business. Zabrion's, I mean, he's from South Carolina. He's opened up here. We go, we eat, but on Sundays, our streets are packed. You actually think we have something at the Heritage Center,
Right.
But there's not. I mean, they're waiting to eat.
Well, these are nice people.
So I'm hoping Shirley will pick up. She'll be there on Sundays as well, and hope she just has enough room to sit everybody if everybody comes.
Tell them about your Fit for You place.
The fit, it's a workout. I mean, men and women.
But machines in there, right?
Yeah, they're all hydraulic type machines. They're not bad on your joints. You get it's a resistance. It's whatever you put in is what you get out. So if you want to build strength, just keep your mobility, you can do that. You want to work out, you want to lose a couple pounds, you can do that. So it's your pace is what you get. We also have treadmills, got tanning beds, but it's a little mini fitness center. I mean, I do have a universal weight machine if somebody feels like they want to lift weights, but it's my 12 machines does exactly what this machine does, except it does not have weights. It's hydraulic, so easier on your joints, easy to do.
40 years ago, I guess I'll hint at my age. 40 years ago, my dear friend Kurt Nobles and I opened up Let's Get Physical Fitness Center a little bit further down the street, going south from Angie's Fit for You. And with the exception of that business and her business, there's never been any other really weight or physical fitness type places on Main Street in town. And we were very successful. We were in business from 82 to 89. I moved further down the street. In fact, I was in a business, in one of my businesses right next to Angie's Touch of Class. Things were popping in the 80s. Businesses were popping in the 80s. There was a lot of foot traffic and activities downtown. And you got to admire this lady here and what she's done. I mean, she could have stuck with her beauty parlor, salon type place, but this other, I guess, a dream, an idea behind what you wanted to do, forced you into a situation. It's in the old Fairmont drugstore facility, and that's one of the most famous stores in Fairmont. It's right in the middle of downtown. If you walk out her front door and look straight in front of you, that's Center Street. That's one of the most famous streets in Fairmont. That's where all the tobacco and everything was. So here's a lady that's working hard with two businesses, and I guess the bottom line here, Angie, is what we're seeing, and you're a business recruiter, and I'm the mayor of Fairmont. I guess we could say it in unison. Come to Fairmont and let us help you find a place to open up your business.
And word of mouth. I mean, talk. Spread the word. If you go into Fairmont, you like what you've eaten, or you like you work out, or whatever.
Yeah.
Bring a friend. I mean, we need to get the word out, because you'd be surprised. I've been there a year now. I used to have Curves back in the early 2000s,
Right.
and it was all for women in the back of the shop. And I actually moved it in this same building, but we had these people who like to come into your town, and then it's like, I guess, Dash. They come in, open up, take your members, and that's when we had to work. They opened up what Advanced Auto.
Yeah.
We had a gym to come in, and they didn't even stay a year. They shut down, and I'm like, God, we're still here. You know, we're here to stay. As I say, is Fairmont's not a get rich town business to open up. It's to make a living.
Right.
Okay, so I'm here. Everybody's like, I'm not here to get rich. I'm here to make a living. I'm here to be comfortable and put back into my town. Cause I mean, I was raised here, so I love Fairmont. So yeah, so now I had the opportunity to put these machines in the same building that I shut it down years ago. So I'm back in the same hole. So
I can say this without fear of contradiction. I taught in the Fairmont school system here from 1969 until 1999. 30 years. And unfortunately, I did not teach Angie in a class. She wasn't in one of my history or government classes. But I knew her very well. She was a part of a group of young ladies that I was very close to. But she was very quiet and meek and laid back. This is the Dr. Jekyll version, as opposed. Well, no, this is the Mr. Hyde person as opposed to the Dr. Jekyll person. But I will tell you this without any fear of being wrong. She has done more for our downtown as a individual business person and as a mouth for helping us get the word out and promoting Fairmont and making a way for young girls to be impressive to the public than any other person in this town. And I've been in government here and lived here since 1952, and I know what I'm talking about. Hats off to Angie Lovin and all that she does. The only thing that she cannot do, and I have proof of that because I'm on camera right now, she cannot cut hair. She cannot cut a man's hair.
that's why I've been in business for 34 years.
No, I'm just joking. I could leave here and go to a Hollywood movie set, Young and the Restless or any of them Guiding Light or whatever, and I believe I could get a part because just the way my hair is coiffed and trimmed and all of it.
Yeah.
Angie cuts my hair once in a while. But hats off to Angie. I wish you all the best luck in the world with your two businesses. I know they're not going to fail. There's no doubt you've never done anything that you've ever failed at in your life anyway that I'm aware of. And she has a wonderful family and she works hard. And the pageant always is great. Coming up in October, don't forget that. Second Saturday in October. Don't forget the Farmers Festival pageant. But thanks, Angie, for being my guest today. And keep struggling and pushing and elbowing people into business in Fairmont. We'd love to have
I'll do my best.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.